Hi, everyone. I hope everyone is having a great Labor Day. We are going to wait until our magic number comes in, which is three. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. I know it has been a while, so hello to everyone. So today's topic of conversation is going to be Malik Yoba. My name is Sharon. I'm with the best, and my news is real. So let's just get right into it. I know you guys have been all over the internet reading about, hi everybody, he's just now joining, reading about what's been going on with Malik Yoba and his new confession of being attracted to women of trans experience. So I am just going to lend a couple of my thoughts. Did you know I was coming? I'm just going to lend a couple of my thoughts. So I'm really trying to wrap my head around how uncensored I want to be in this video. I know some of you have seen my earlier Facebook posts, but it's always odd to me when these, first of all, I want to say shout out to Gia Love. I saw your Facebook Live earlier today, and I really loved what you had to say. I personally, myself, I don't like the term trans attracted. I feel like it's very fetishizing. And to me, let's just be clear, okay? There's been tons of trans women in the community who already knew Malik Yoba was attracted to trans women. And why is it that we are all of a sudden in this culture where we're just erecting people for owning who they are and what they like? And not to mention the fact that, it's also come out that he, solicited, underage prostitutes, underage trans women prostitutes. He was also an abuser. So all these guys who come out and they talk about, oh, I'm attracted to trans women. Why is it always when they're pushing 60 and half their life is over and they've got gray hair growing out of their chin? Why didn't you do all of that shit earlier on in your life? I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, just the mere term saying that you're trans attracted means that you're attracted to one specific body part. Now, ladies, let's be clear, okay? See, this is getting ready to be very raw, and it's getting ready to be very uncensored, okay? The only reason a man is attracted to a trans woman, so let's break it down. There are two types of trans women. There are pre-op trans women, that means before surgery, and there's post-op trans women. That means trans women after surgery, okay? And most trans attracted men like the women who are pre-surgery. So the whole idea of being trans attracted is wrapped around one specific body part that's in between the thighs. Let's just be clear about that, okay? Because if you liked all women, you wouldn't have to draw the distinction between I like trans women and I like women who were born with vaginas. You wouldn't have to make that separation. I mean, you wouldn't. You would just say I like all women. Period. And we all know that trans attracted men, a term that I really just don't particularly care for, are only into one body part, period. So people who like dicks, people who like penises, excuse me before I get censored, people that like penises, okay? If you are a man who likes penises, you are a homosexual, period. You can like it, you cannot like it. That is the realization of it, okay? Because I prefer the term gender incongruent. I was a woman who was born gender incongruent, okay? When a trans woman gets her congruency, when the first thing that a so-called trans attracted man does is he goes running for the hills, okay? So let's be clear. There's a girl on my page, and I'm not gonna say her name out loud, but there's a girl on my page that I know allegedly who used to date Malik Yoba and actually contributed to her getting her corrective surgery. Needless to say, after that whole situationship was over, they were over. I don't see why we have to give out these accolades to men who are finally saying, this is what I'm attracted to and this is what I like. I mean, think of all of the women, okay, who were born with vaginas, okay, that he lied to and deceived. Think of all the women of trans experience that he lied to, that he deceived. So he's done all this damage his entire life, and now that he's almost pushing 60, he wants to come out and be supportive. Not to mention that he's a child predator and an abuser. I mean, let's just be clear here. Malik Yoba is trash. And I want to know why you trans women are so, like, you guys really need to get some self-esteem and y'all really need to level up. Because any man, like, I was in a relationship with my ex for 5 years, and he never once had to get on social media and confess his love to me. Like, are you all so desperate for love and validation and attention? It doesn't matter who it comes from. I mean, I want to know. Because y'all did the same thing with the guy from here in Philadelphia, Reese, who died of an accidental overdose, and you all ran with it and said, oh, he died because he was being bullied because of who he loved and who he was attracted to. That is a false fucking narrative. He died of an accidental drug overdose. But yet you all are running with this narrative and erecting him as some sort of martyr, okay, when he was completely, totally dysfunctional drug addict. But this is who you want to be the face of owning who they like and who they love. See, this issue is bigger than Malik Yoba, okay? This issue is about men, okay, who are attracted to women who are born gender incongruent. And the whole purpose for them being attracted to women who are gender incongruent, okay, is because they have a penis between their legs. They don't like gender congruent women with vaginas. They don't. Period. What's up, Mariah? Mariah was the young lady who Malik Yoba was with, okay, when she was a teenager. Picked her up off 14th Street. But y'all running around here like, oh, Malik Yoba. Y'all bitches are so fucking dick fucking thirsty. It's fucking embarrassing. Where was he back in the 90s when New York Undercover was out? Where was he confessing his love then? Like, why are we giving these people kudos for just owning for who they are? I'm just asking a question. Y'all in the comment section, I want to know. Now, for all you gender incongruent women out there, you cannot sit here and tell me, okay? Y'all get on these dating apps, y'all get on these dating sites, and what is the first fucking question that these men ask you? I'll fucking wait. I'll wait. I'll wait. Yes, most of them are cowards. And now that Malik Yoba is in a place where he's made enough money and he can protect and shield himself with his privilege, with his male privilege, okay, he can come out and he can say this. Not to mention the fact that I just really think that it's a PR stunt because, you know, he's up in drag now. I mean, I'm just saying. Either they want to beat us, they want to kill us, or they want to beat us. Exactly, Angel. That's the first thing that they ask. Period. So, like I said in my post, okay, if you are a man who likes penises, you're a homosexual. Be mad, be in your feelings. I don't care. Because heterosexual men, they like vaginas. Don't ask me who I live with. I live by my damn self. You already know that. And my pussy. That's who I live with. How about that? No, I'm not saying that because of that, Stephanie. I'm saying it because it's the truth. Now, I'm Shayla, I'm serious. I'm dead serious. And I'm not saying that, Stephanie, I'm not saying that because of that. It is now ladies, if we're going to be honest about this, let's be clear. How many pre-op trans women, okay? How many pre-op trans women have tried to go into the dating game and tried to date these so-called heterosexual straight men? And these heterosexual straight men do a role reversal on you. And they want to be the submissive and they want you to be the dominant. See, that's what I think this whole movement has fucked up with. Don't nobody know what their role is anymore. Y'all all fucked up in the head and y'all all confused. You need to ground yourself in your identity and who you are, and don't let any man dictate what you should do with your body. You should be doing it for yourself. Period. And some of y'all are so desperate and so hungry for a little bit of attention. Anytime a man, it doesn't even matter what caliber he is, anytime he gives you an inkling of attention, y'all ready to jump on it. It doesn't matter about his character. It doesn't matter about his listen, Malik Yoba's previous infractions, now that he's come out and confessed his attractions, his previous infractions does not absolve him from the damage that he's done, from the lives that he's destroyed. It doesn't. And I'm sorry if you think that it does, but it does not. So, I mean, let's just be very clear here, okay, on what's going on here. Not to mention the fact, where was Malik in the 90s when it wasn't so popular? Where was Malik Yoba when he was 26 and he was liking women of trans experience? Where was he? What causes are Malik Yoba giving to further the education or to further the rights or the political interests of gender incongruent women? I'll wait. Just the fact that he's attracted to you is good enough for a lot of you pick-me's. I'm just saying. Exactly, Troy. A lot of cis-normative men knowingly pursue trans women for sexual encounters. You are a fetish to him, sis. You're a fetish to him. Period. He's only with you because of one thing. That's all. So we really need to move out of the place where we're starting to call people heroes and so brave for owning what they like. I mean, that's just a natural human thing. I mean, when you've lived your whole entire life, like I have, and like some people have, knowing who you are and knowing what you like, it's just unclear to me why you would be living your life in repression and suppression. Mind you, destroying lives and causing damage all along the way. Let's get to some of these comments. Yeah, I just read your comment, Troy. I just read your comment. You said cis-normative men knowingly pursue trans women for sexual encounters. Yes. And I am adding on to it That they see you as, that they see women who are preoperative as a fetish. They do. Because the minute that a trans woman goes to get her corrective surgery, he's no longer interested in her. Now tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me where the lie is. Listen, Charlize, he doesn't love trans women. He lusts after trans women. See, this is it. Y'all need to understand the distinction between lust and love. Y'all need to understand there is a distinction between infatuation, okay, and actually loving someone. If you have never been loved, you don't know what love is. And half of y'all in the community don't know what love is. That's why you can't distinguish the two. Half of y'all have never been in any quality relationships. That's why y'all so thirsty for Malik Yoba. I wonder how many trans women is in his DMs right now. I'm just saying. Now, I'm not saying, Stephanie, I agree with you. I agree with you. I'm not saying that this is a blanket general statement. I'm saying in more cases than not, okay? I'm not saying all before y'all start y'all shit. In more cases than not, the reason that a cisgender heteronormative male is interested in a preoperative transsexual is because of what she has in between her legs. Not all, but most. Like, yes, Troy, here we go. I didn't say all. I said most. Most, okay? We get ready to keep it real gritty, and we getting ready to get real raw right here, okay? So for all the heteronormative people and all the cisgender people, you might just want to sit down here and watch, okay? Case in point. Let's get it popping. So you have, you get on these dating apps, girls, trans women, okay, gender incongruent women. You get on these dating apps. What is the first thing? Answer this in my comment section. What is the first thing that these so-called trans attracted men ask you when you get on these dating apps? What is it? What's the first thing that they ask? How big is it, and are you fully functional? Where's the lie? Where's the lie? Thank you, Mariah. Thank you, Mariah. Thank you, Angel. Thank you, Aja. Thank you, Vanessa. As you can see in the comment section, no lies told. And if you tell them that you're going to go get your corrective surgery and that you are becoming fully congruent, or you don't like that part of your body, they do what? They say bye-bye. Yes, okay. You will even have men that tell you to stop taking your medication so you can sexually satisfy them. Where is the lie? I'll wait. So see, we have got to really start having these honest conversations. And I'm not making any judgments here. I'm just simply sharing what my personal experience has been and what a lot of other gender incongruent women's experience has been. A large majority across the board. I mean, the first thing you do, you tell a man that he's trans, okay? He's not asking if you have a vagina or a penis. He's assuming that you have a penis. Where's the lie? I'll wait. How many of you gender incongruent women or trans women been with a guy and he bypassed your face, he bypassed your tits, he bypassed your ass, and he goes straight for what's in between your thighs? Okay, Janice, come on now, come on now. So see, it wasn't like this back in the 90s. It wasn't like this back in the 70s. It wasn't like this in the 80s, okay? A man was attracted to you simply for who you are and your beauty and your personality. Now it's all about a dick. And if you got one and doesn't stand up. Now, for all you women out there, for all you gender incongruent women out there who've been in the sex work industry, when you get those phone calls from the ads, what do they want to know? In the comment section, let me know. What do they want to know? What do they want to know? Okay. And how many times have you had to say, I think that you want a man, a whole dude, okay, that's about 6'3" and ball you up like you're 5'2"? I'm just saying. So we got to stop with all this mess. All this mess is fucking up the education, okay? Because every time we take 2 steps forward, we get sent 10 steps back, okay? Thank you, angels. Tops only. I'm just saying. We're keeping it very raw. We're keeping it very gritty. And we're telling the truth up in here today. No lies told. And I have all of these women, okay, all these gender incongruent women, I have them in my comment section, and you all can see for yourselves the type of responses that I'm getting to the questions that I'm asking, okay? So if these men who are so-called straight are asking, okay, about a penis and what that penis does, that makes them a what? Say it with me, a homosexual. You may not like it, and you can agree to disagree, and I can still respect your opinion. I'm just saying. So then how is that supposed to make the girl feel? The cis people, the cis heteronormative people here are gagging. But this is what happens in the everyday life, okay, of a gender incongruent woman. Now, for all of you out there that have passability privilege, now you all know when you meet a man on the street, okay, who doesn't know your tea, you get treated completely different. Completely different. And then you tell him tea, and then it's completely different. Completely different. So that just goes to show you that we just really need to start examining these dynamics a little bit more. And we really need to start grounding ourselves and aligning ourselves. So for me personally, it's all about alignment. The roles have to align, the body has to align, the mind has to align, the spirit has to align. Everything has to be in complete and total alignment. That's what works for me. That's what my journey has consisted of. Complete and total alignment. If your journey doesn't consist of that, that's great. That's fine. That's wonderful. I'm just talking about me and my personal journey and the things that I have experienced. And I think that we really should start taking a step back, and we need to actually look at who we are choosing to celebrate when they come out for owning who they are. Everyone doesn't need to be celebrated for who they like or what kind of sexual act that they're into. It's not that revolutionary. It's just human. Period. We'll get to some of the comments. Troy, I'm not speaking for men. I am just simply sharing I'm just simply sharing previous experience. That's all I'm doing. Like, I don't even like, I am a woman who likes heterosexual men. I consider myself a heterosexual woman. Like, if you're queer or you're bisexual or if y'all are lesbians, that's great. I'm here for that. Hooray for you. But that is not how I get down at all. And that's fine. And I've been vilified for it several times in the community. I mean, at this point, I just really don't care. Yes, Ariana, I actually am. I'm on the waiting list right now. The date is set. I'm reading the Amy's comments. The times when I was at most upfront and transparent, these strands left me alone completely. See, and that just goes to show you. That's another perfect example of what I was talking about, okay? When you engage with a straight heterosexual man and he doesn't know, and you tell him, he'd be like, you know what? All due respect, you look good, ma, but that's not what I'm down with. And I can respect that. I'm reading the comments, you guys. I'm on my computer, so. So Shayla says, I think what you're saying has a lot to do with generational differences too. Yes, it does have a lot to do with generational differences. I am a traditionalist. I find the older that I get, the more conservative in some views that I have. I believe that a man is supposed to protect and provide, and my role as a woman is to nurture. That's how I feel. That's how I think. That's how I operate. That's just how I am. Period. Like, if you are a man, there's a certain role in society and a certain role in the bedroom that I expect you to play. That is my expectation. And if you can't do that, then you need to get on to the next bitch, because you're not getting that over here. Period. No, I mean, I'm not angry for him for Daniel says it's crazy that folks think trans women are angry at Malik for coming out. I'm not angry with the man for coming out. I mean, I think that, you know, in this particular time when we have Pose, we have Janet, we have India, we got Laverne, we got Angelica, we've got Mariah, we've got gender incongruent and gender congruent women in politics. We have them in education. We have so many women that's doing so many amazing things. Like, it's safe to talk about your attractions now. But see, I don't give any medals for that, okay? I don't give any medals to people who suppressed themselves until they were middle-aged and now they feel like they need to atone for their sins. You don't get any medals for that from me. You really don't. Because you know what? A lot of us, we knew who we were from day one. We stayed true to who we are from day one. And we have had a long, hard road to get to where we are today. And we are hardly celebrated the way y'all are celebrating these pop-ups. It looks easy, baby, but it ain't. When the road is already paved for you, it's a lot easier to walk it. When you have to make your own road, that's when I start clapping. When you don't have the safety of privilege, that's when I start clapping. And you're still making it, and you're still doing it, and you're making do with everything that you have. That's when I start clapping. That's when I start clapping. But I'm not going to sit here and, you know, okay, so Malik Yoba has finally come to terms with who he likes and he wants to share that publicly. Okay, hooray for him. He could have left that alone. And he's doing it off the of the foothills of this guy Reese here in Philadelphia that turned around and was an abusive drug addict, and because he simply confessed his love for a trans woman, all of a sudden now he's so heroic. Like, stop playing in my face. Now, when you get a good quality man that actually has an occupation and not an hourly job and has some level and degree of education, then you can start hooping and hollering. But when y'all, by y'all constantly erecting these derelicts and these dusty bums, that's, you can't count that as a plus, mom, because he don't have nothing else, okay? He laying up in your house, using you for sex, running up your bills, smoking up all your weed, sleeping with your girlfriend, while he got 3 babies mamas and is on parole. But because he done got on social media and said, oh, this is my girl and I love her, all of a sudden, all that disappears. Mm-mm. No, I can't rock with that. But the deeper question here is trans women, gender incongruent women. Like, y'all need to really work on your value, and y'all really need to work on your esteem. And just because a man looks your way or pays you a compliment, okay, that's not good enough. It's not good enough. Just because he's in your DMs and just because he's, you know, in your inbox and likes your pictures, that's the fuck not. It might be good enough for you, but it's not good enough for me. I have a higher standard. Yes, Aja, we've seen these celebrities on. See, let me tell you another thing. By the time these people's attractions and who they like get aired out in the public, we've already known this, okay? We've already known this. We've known this for decades. We've known who Malik Yoba was attracted to for decades. Period, point blank, the end. I feel you, Ariana. Well, see, the thing about it is, Ariana, is that this is what I say. Do what, and this is a message. Do what you do for you. For you. Don't do anything for anybody else. Do it for you. Do what makes you happy. Because at the end of the day, it's you who has to live for you. Period. Yes, Monica. Thank you, Eddie Murphy, who allegedly had. It's so funny. Thank you for bringing that up, Monica. It's so funny because Eddie Murphy was caught with a trans woman. Teddy Pendergrass was caught with a trans woman. Actually, there's a woman on my Facebook page right now who wrote a book about her and her encounter with Teddy Pendergrass. Okay. And speaking of Eddie Murphy, the young lady that Eddie Murphy was with, somehow mysteriously, she ended up falling off of a balcony and dying. Okay. So we've known that these celebrities like messing with the girls for the longest time. LL Cool J, thank you, Alex. LL Cool. Let's just be very clear. Hollywood is very, on the surface, okay, Hollywood is into any and everything. Let's just lay that out on the table, okay? Hollywood is into every and everything, okay? When the lights go down and the lights are off, it's a motherfucking free-for-all. We know there's gays in Hollywood that sleep their way to the top. We know there's gender incongruent women and gender congruent women that are in Hollywood that sleep their way to the top. Never had to play the whole position, but I'm just saying. So let's be, yes, Chingy, Waka Flocka. Like, come on now, this ain't nothing new. The NFL, the NBA, that's right. Y'all all know what it's. We in the community, the girls, we know what it's given. So we're not shocked, okay, that this revelation has come out. I think it's the cisgender hetero community that's shocked that this, you know, Because, you know, dark-skinned men, dark-skinned, cisgender, heterosexual men are supposed to be, you know, the epitome of masculinity and virility. But no, honey, he likes sucking dick too, bitch. Let's be clear. Yes, Tiger. It's nothing new. It's nothing new to us. It's nothing new, okay? And half of them, most of everybody that I just ran down, and that's being ran down in the comment section. Let's be clear, all right? Most of them that shoveled out a couple stacks for the girls to say. So we all know what it is. We all know what it was, and we all know what it is going to be. So at the end of the day, listen, don't let any ladies, one, don't don't allow men to influence your decisions. Do everything that you're going to do for you and what makes you happy. Because becoming congruent and getting corrective surgery is not going to make a man treat you any better because you have something different in between your legs. Because they treat women who are born with vaginas like trash, baby. So they'll treat your neo vagina like trash too. Like, let's be clear on that. Just know what you're getting into when you do it. So whatever you want to do it for you, baby. And let's stop being so attention deprived that we have to start erecting, when a man comes out and says, oh, I love gender incongruent women, let's just stop rushing to, oh my God, I feel so supported and so affirmed. Like, no, that dude is trash. Like, that dude is trash. We want to be supported by quality men. At least I want to be supported by quality men. I mean, y'all might like dusty betas, but I'm not a pick-me, so I can't get on that train. Pick me, pick me. Ooh, pick me, pick me. Fuck out of here. No, bitch, I'm the prize. Ladies, okay, you're the prize. Stop chasing these motherfuckers and let them chase you. See, this is where the roles have gotten fucked up. You're fucking up the roles here. And then you wonder why you're driving and he's in the passenger side of your ride. And you wonder why he'll have no job yet. Stop catering to these motherfuckers. Let men be men and do men shit. Stop taking on the role that a man is supposed to take by being a provider. It's just my view. We can agree to disagree. I respect various different viewpoints. This is my particular viewpoint. You can like it, you cannot like it. It is what it is. Yes, Shayla, they are trash. Oh, thank you, Mikkel. I like my pussy shirt too. So I'm going to let... I love you too, Brianna. So I'm just saying...
It's 5 o'clock.
This is my view. Oh, it's 5 o'clock. I'm going to go soon because I'm doing it off my computer and I have like 16%. But I just wanted to jump on here because clearly, as you guys can see, I've been making posts about Malik Yoba. People have been in the comment section. People have been sharing different views. Everyone was praising him yesterday for coming out and for, admitting his attraction. And now today, the news has come out that, he solicited children. He solicited underage trans women for sex off the stroll. So, I mean, let's put things into perspective here. Like, let's put things into context And let's stop erecting these individuals. Mariah, why are you calling me? And I am on Facebook Live. Let's stop erecting these men who are abusers, okay? Let's stop erecting these men who are late to the party. If you couldn't be 26 years old confessing who you're attracted to, owning that and loving that, honey, I don't want to hear it while you're pushing 50 or 60, okay? I don't want to hear it when your life is almost halfway over and you realize that you might have one foot in the grave, all right? When they're fat, they're old, they're bald, and they're gray. That's when they want you, honey. Stop settling for less. Raise your standards. And that's all I have to say. This is Sharon with the mess, and my news is real.